Hi guys, so today I want to share another story with you. Today I want to talk about my exclusive interview with Avery Warner where she talks about the pivotal moment in her and Ash's relationship, plus her bad mom accusations. So you guys remember I was telling you I interviewed Usman. I can't remember when it was, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But when I came out of the interview, I had a totally different opinion of him. Usman was so charming and so charismatic. You're going to like him. I don't care who you are. He has a likable personality. So how did I feel when I walked away from this Avery interview? Avery is really, really sweet. When I went into the interview, I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and interview this deadbeat mom. But after getting to talk to her and finding out a little bit more details about what's really going on with her court case, she is in the middle of a court case right now. And nothing's worse for somebody to come out, spread bad rumors and lies about you, and you really can't say anything about it because you rather win the war and not just a single battle. Like, it's in her best interest to not come out and say what's really going on and what this person's really doing to her. So I asked her to say what she could, and she did. She also talked about the pivotal point in her relationship, which is that damn seminar that Ash gave. She gave me some details about that. So why don't you guys go ahead and look at the interview, and we'll talk after the interview. Hi guys, so today I have a treat for you. I got one of my favorite people from 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days on the show. Say hi, Avery.
Hi, I'm
I
so
am
excited to be on.
I'm so glad that you're doing this interview because wanted you here so bad. I don't know, probably midway through the season, you start becoming one of my faves. I really, really like you,
Oh,
and I got a lot to ask.
thank you.
So let's start with the basics. Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up, so I live in Seattle, but I grew up in Eastern Washington. It's like a smaller kind of community. We call it the Tri-Cities, but it's Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. And it's just like 4 hours east of Seattle.
Seattle's so beautiful. I absolutely love it there. Do you like it?
Oh my God, I love Seattle. I mean, I'm more of like the sunshine and the warm weather.
Mhm.
So it's hard for me like 9 months out of the year when it's just constantly raining and clouds. But when it's like summer here, it's one of the most beautiful places to be.
It
I love
really,
it.
really is. I love it. Okay, so now let's get into the show. Okay, so on the show, you talk about weed. You love weed. Do you use it for medicinal purposes, recreational? And did you ever think about making it a business? Because you can make a lot of money in it.
Yeah. I mean, definitely cannabis is like, it's a very, very growing,
Hmm.
I mean, it's huge, and especially in this area. But I mean, so for me, I think that there's always pros and cons to everything. You know, you can overdo something and, it not be well. But what I do is I have a huge love for CBD as
Yeah.
well. I have a huge love for all parts of the cannabis plant. It just has so many medicinal qualities to it. And so primarily for me, I use CBD every single day for stress, anxiety management, because I live a really busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's also great for the anti-inflammatory properties. When it comes to cannabis, I always have kind of like an intention behind what I do. So I love creating recipes. So I make a lot of cannabis recipes.
Hmm.
I use it for creative purposes, for writing. I also use it for going deeper into my meditation
Oh
practices.
yeah.
And then I also use it too for, pain relief, nausea, flu-like symptoms, rather than taking medications and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
right now, me and my business partner are talking, and we're in the process of creating CBD products.
Good for you.
And so
Yeah.
that is something that we are in the process of starting, but it's
Mhm.
something so kind of like, it's just in the making that
Yeah.
it's hard to talk about at this point,
Yeah.
but it's definitely in the future.
Good for you. It's huge here in Vegas. Huge. Okay,
Yes,
so did you ever watch 90 Day Fiance before you went on the show?
I did. I didn't watch all the seasons, but I became a fan like after watching Danielle and and
Mohammed.
Mohammed
Yeah.
and Paul and Karini. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, that's why it was just kind of amazing to me that they actually asked us to be on the show, because I was like, what do we have that compares to these people? Because it's just so crazy.
Michael and Angela, you've got some
Oh
really,
my gosh.
yeah, it's huge. It swept the country, you know that. Like 90 Day is just a runaway hit. It's insane.
It is.
Okay, so let's get into some controversial topics on about you and on your storyline. Okay, so it has to be Ash's seminar. It really is.
Oh gosh. Honestly, I'll tell you something about that. That was one of the moments that even like when I was coming back and knowing that this was all going to be aired on TV, that was one of the episodes I was like, I don't even know if I want to watch or if I don't, because it was very cringeworthy.
Talked about so much. A lot of people thought it was sexist, but what I want to know is when you were sitting there and you start hearing the speech, what was going through your mind? Because your facial features changed. What went through your mind when that happened?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I was going through a roller coaster of emotions throughout the entire seminar, because I mean, there was a lot more to the seminar that was shown, but I would go through these moments where I'm like, I felt really empathetic for him, because I'm like, oh, this has got to be a really hard situation to be in. Like, this is very like nerve wracking. But then I also, like, some of the stuff that he would say, I'd go through periods where I'm like, does he really believe what he's saying?
It's crazy.
And then I was like, I think that this is opening up new questions for me. So then I started like, okay, I really, really need to address that later. And then, like I heard from some people that, he was just really nervous and didn't really know how to respond and things like that. But then I thought in my own mind, I'm like, I've been really nervous giving speeches in front of a class, and I used to be a teacher and stuff, and I know what it's like to be nervous and that kind of stuff, but you don't just go attacking people when you're nervous, So I feel like there was a little bit more of a layer that I needed to investigate more, because I was wondering why he was getting so defensive when the audience would question him. So it became a big concern for me,
You could tell you seemed shocked, but then you went out, you tried to help, you tried to calm him down, you made him go back. It was a crazy, crazy moment in you guys' storyline. But then after that, all kinds of things started happening. It was like
it was a pivotal time. It was a pivotal moment in our relationship.
Great. Yeah, it really was. So after that speech, and then you went out, and then that led to the biggest argument I've ever seen between you two. It was crazy. So when you guys were arguing, remember he got in the car and he was going to leave. Was a part of your frustration during the argument was he was being defensive, or do you think that he wasn't understanding what you were trying to say? What was going on with that argument?
One of the big things is that, like, my intentions were never bad going into questioning him. I was very actually trying to be understanding and trying to understand where he was coming from, so that I could like help him navigate what he was saying, how it came off. That's really was my biggest thing, was like, I wanted to help him see like how he was coming off, and I wanted to see if that was how he really viewed things. And I felt like every time I tried to ask those questions, he shut down even more. And that was concerning to me, because I was like, I just want to have a constructive conversation about this. And so it was just, I feel like, it was the words out of his mouth, he felt like it was a blow to his ego. Yeah. And that he was just in defense mode and trying to throw out whatever it is that could protect his ego. And to me, I'm like, that's not, I was just trying to have a constructive conversation, like how you view things. And I know that some people think that I should have been more empathetic, and I completely, the way that I do things is like, I try to be calm and collected about things and like try to have a conversation. But I'm also not going to just agree with somebody because they're my partner.
Yeah. I respect that. I think that a lot of people were saying, she was too harsh. She wasn't. I don't think that at all. I respect the way that you were trying to have a conversation. I don't even think he was understanding that you were saying, this is not a good look. Like, what is going on? Like, calm down. He just got very, very defensive.
Yeah.
Now, early on in your relationship, you said you were concerned about him having a business that he interacts with so many single women. What made you keep the relationship going? Because that would have been That will make me uncomfortable.
I think honestly, and I know that there's a lot of emphasis in the show that I'm so concerned about it. And initially, I'm not a jealous person. I never come into a relationship just like jealous of other women or any of that kind of stuff. I more need like reasons in order to feel that way. And I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, there was just a lot of things that happened that were questioning. And because of the nature of his job, it all kind of came together, and I kind of started questioning things, and I never really got like true understandings or clarity on some of the stuff that he did. So I felt like when I went to Australia, this was going to be my prime time to see how he is. And so, any type, I mean, personally for me, if you have a concern or you have a question, like go to your partner and ask. And if you don't, like you're never going to get clarity on it, and your mind's just going to wander. And so that was really my intentions.
And I don't even think you have to be a jealous person. That was an insane amount of women that he deals with through work. It would just make me uncomfortable.
Like, it's just strange.
It really is. Yeah. So after your big argument, did that impact your relationship? In what way would you say it impacted your relationship?
Because I was not used to seeing that type of Ash. I know that in the relationship before, like we had long distance, so it was easy. Like when we had issues, we would just say, okay, let's just like not talk right now, and then we'll come and address this when we're in a better mindset or whatever it is. And so I never really got to like see this person in person. And it just became very like, it was one of those moments where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to question a lot of the stuff that I didn't get answers to before. So now it's more of me trying to figure out if this is a relationship I want, rather than, yes, this is my partner, so how are we going to like navigate this? So it was one of those moments where I was like, I really need to like step back and really see if this is what I want or not.
Yeah, that was good to do. Now, early on, I did a video about you and your children, because all of these rumors started coming out, and I really overstepped my bounds and really thought poorly of you. But now that I got to know you and we've talked and everything, I think you are a good mom. But a lot of people don't have the chance to talk to you the way that I have. So I know you're going through an open court case right now, and you cannot say a lot about it. And I wouldn't want you to jeopardize your case in any way. Is there anything you could say to your fans to kind of let them know what's going on? Because I'm telling you guys, I was very judgmental, but after you meet someone and you share their story, I feel like your story needs to be out there, but it's a tricky time. You can't tell it all right now. So what can you say about it?
I mean, I would just say that the information that is circling around the internet is, I want people to kind of, rather than latching on to information that they might not have both perspectives of, to kind of get a more well-rounded understanding of the situation, because the person that is going around and spreading these things online is a very bitter ex-husband of mine who has a extensive criminal history, assault charges. He has multiple assault charges, criminal trespassing, theft, DUIs, endangering other people. He's been posing as an attorney, which I just recently found that out. So he's been posing as an attorney for a very long time when he didn't even
know that?
No, even my own daughter thinks that he is an attorney. So I just found this out from my own attorney not even that long ago, that he never even passed his bar exam, and that he's just been working under attorneys posing as an attorney. So, I mean, these are just the kind of things that, this person has been striving for 11 years to make my life not the easiest. And it's hard for him to see me succeeding in life, or, being happy and moving on and doing that kind of stuff with my own life. And so, I would just encourage people to step back and kind of see the situation from a whole. And, I have my other daughter as well, and I have a phenomenal relationship with her father as well as his girlfriend. And so, it's just things like that to kind of use your better judgment. Like, where the issue is really stemming from.
And I will go on the record and say, after talking to her, I don't want to jeopardize your case, but you guys, there's a lot more to this story. And I love Avery now, and she's a very good mother. There's more to the story that you guys don't know, and I'm sure it'll come out eventually.
Eventually it will.
Along. Yeah. Okay, so Ash has come out on social media and said that you guys are not together anymore. Do you think, I see a attraction between you and Ash. Do you think there's room for reconciliation?
There's definitely an attraction between Ash and I.
Definitely.
We have a very special spiritual connection, I feel like, where, you know, we share that type of connection with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like because of the circumstances involved, which is, you know, his ex-wife, his child, just some issues with like honesty and stuff like that, I have made it clear in my own mind that moving forward, there's really no reconciliation that will happen, because there is just so much risk involved and so much involved in that I think it's best for us to just stay parted. I hope that we can actually like be friends. But I don't see moving forward together.
The rumors were during the tell-all that you guys were freshly broken up, and it was like, it seemed like they both cared for each other. Those were the rumors anyway.
Yes.
But fans are split 50-50 on how you talked to Ash after the seminar. And some people were saying you were too strong. Others feel that you held your ground. That's how I feel. I don't see what they're talking about. I feel like sometimes you have to say what you have to say and not let anyone take you off what you want to say. But looking back now, would you have handled it different?
I think the only thing that I would have done differently is not held so many walls up, I guess.
What do you mean?
I mean, initially, I can be guarded sometimes when I feel I need to be guarded, and I can hold on to that guard for a little bit longer than I need to.
Yeah.
And that's really the only thing that I think I would change, is that I kind of held onto a guard for too long. But I'm a very outspoken person, and when I truly believe in something, I'm very much into empowering other people to speak their truth and be honest and real with who they are, regardless of the people in their lives surrounding them. Because I feel like if you truly love somebody, by telling them certain things, you're really just expressing your love for them to like help them to be a better person. And so initially for me, I was really coming at this to help. But I don't think that I would do anything different.
Good for you. I love it. I love your attitude. I love how you speak your mind. It's really great. Now, would you ever do the show again? You know, there's tons of spinoffs. Would you? I mean, it's a culture shock. Your sudden fame, everyone having opinions. It's a lot that comes with that, with doing the show that the people don't see. Would you ever do it again?
I mean, honestly, it's a awesome experience, and I can't really say much about moving forward, but because there's stuff in the mix, but it's definitely a consideration. I don't think I would do 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days again. But definitely like spinoffs. They have plenty of spinoffs. I think that would be really fun to be on, because I actually have a really like dorky personality. I'm actually like super funny and like to be really playful. And I feel like this entire season has just made me out to be this like just very serious person, which I am a very serious person, but I also want to express more of my personality on television for people to see. So,
and don't forget, they've got a storyline to follow, so they only show certain parts. So it's a lot to it. Listen, I'm so glad that you did this interview with me. I really appreciate it. Was there anything else you wanted to say to your fans? Because
I just, you know, I honestly appreciate everybody who's very supportive. I know I'm not going to please everybody. I know that everyone has their own perspective and opinions, and I truly appreciate everyone's perspectives, and I take everybody seriously, with, you know, some of the stuff they say. But I just want to say, you know, thank you for everybody being a support system. And I definitely, you know, just keep watching the show. I hope everybody continues to love the rest of this journey.
You can't please all the people all the time.
Absolutely.
You're doing awesome. You're living your life and making the choices that you're comfortable with. So
Yes,
you're doing good.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I hope that you come back on my
Yes.
show and on 90 Day, whatever the spinoffs are. So
Thank
it
you,
was good.
Sherelle.
I appreciate this interview. You're awesome, Avery. I loved your storyline, and you and Ash were an awesome couple. I mean, no one's
Thank
perfect,
you.
but you did a good
Absolutely.
job this season with all that you had to deal with. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Sherelle.
There you have it, guys. Avery actually talked about what she could about those bad mom accusations. Now, don't forget, this is an open case. And nothing is worse than having somebody spread a bunch of rumors and lies about you, and you can't defend it because you're scared that it might not go over good in court. Let me tell you, the man threw in a lot of lies, and one of the lies is that he's a damn attorney. Okay? I'm sure, I have a feeling that when this is all over, I'm sure she'll come back and really get detailed and let you guys know some of the things that we know behind the scenes. But I walked away thinking Avery was very sweet. And also we found out that that damn seminar was the beginning of the end of her and Ash's relationship. We all know now these two are not a couple. So what I want to know today in my comments section is, did this interview change your thoughts on Avery? Also, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, and hit the notification bell, go ahead and do that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.